Hi everyone, welcome to Beauty by Nisi. So today's look is gonna be on the new Dose of Color times iluvsarahii. I hope that's how she mentions her name, she says her name. This is gonna be a review on this new palette. So if you wanna see how I achieved this look, go ahead and stay tuned. Also, before you do that, I would love if you would subscribe, if you would like and comment on this channel. Thank you and see you in my next video. My face is primed and moisturized and my eyebrows are done. We're gonna go straight into this Dose of Colors times iluvsarahii eyeshadow palette. This is a 6 eyeshadow palette. It has a really pretty packaging. This eyeshadow palette retails for $35 on the Dose of Colors website. There's 2 matte colors and 4 shimmers. For $35, personally, I think it is a little pricey, but when you compare the quality of these shadows, I guess it's pretty fair, but it's still pricey. So I prime my eyelids with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. We want to make sure that everything is blended. Then I went in with a Fenty beauty sponge to blend it a bit more. Going in my first transition shade, which is Loungy. I'm gonna place that transition shade in my crease, and you see me flipping the palette because the names of the palettes are at the back and the names of the shadows are at the back, and it is pretty hard when you have to keep looking at the name to make sure that whatever you're looking at is corresponding to what shade you're applying. So I place that all over my crease and I take it a little higher up my eye socket. This is how we're looking. Then I went in with Wanderlust. That is a deeper brown color, and I had to adjust my light because guys, I don't know if I said this before, but I film in daylight, and today when I filmed this thing, it was so cloudy outside. There was no sun at all, so I was just depending on my all-time faithful iPhone to work with me here. So if the quality of this video is not the best, I do apologize, but I depend on daylight to do my videos. So that goes into my crease and I make sure that I blend it very well. To create a smoky effect, I went in the palette to the black color, is Finders Keepers. I went in with that shade, and this color actually has specks of gold and blue glitter in there, but when you apply it, it applies matte. At least on my skin tone, that's how it appears, and which is good for me because I don't want to have glitter in my outer corner. I just want to have a matte color. So this actually worked pretty well for me, and this shade gave a little fallout. That was the only shade that I noticed that it had a little fallout, but all the other shades were pretty good. So guys, I think I ended up using all the 6 colors in this palette, and this is how we're looking right now, but I think I went in again and darkened my my black outer lid color. So I went in the teal color, which is Palma. I went in that color, I applied it with my fingers, and then I went in to clean it up with a brush. Now this color is very pigmented. And we want to make sure that we're getting all over the lid. We're not missing any spots. So what I will usually do is I'll open my eyes and look straight in a mirror to make sure that my entire lid is covered. Because with my kind of lid, it's pretty easy to miss the top fold. If you look closely, I have 2 folds on my lid, which is a little weird, and it makes it a bit tricky when you're applying eyeshadow. So you have to look up in a mirror, look straight into a mirror rather, and then you want to make sure that whatever you're looking at looks good. Now I could have left this like that with a teal color, but then I noticed that a lot of people who review this palette actually left it this way, so I just wanted to create a custom color. So I went in with that gold color, which is Sun Glow. I went in and I placed it all over the teal color. So I had a little customized color, little Beauty by Benici customized color. I apply it all over the teal color. So I went in again with the finders keepers to deepen out my outer lid, corner of my lid, I'm sorry. And then I make sure that I blend everything that I placed on my lid in. I blend it all into the transition shade. We don't want to have any harsh lines, so you make sure you blend, 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 and blend till you like what you see. And then for my inner tear ducts, I went in with Poquito Más. I went in with that to put a little sparkle, a little light up in there to open up my eyes. You probably can see, but I think I went in again after applying my foundation to make sure that it was quite visible. So I went in with my foundation, and I think this is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just gonna be quiet and let you guys enjoy me putting on my makeup. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I see someone put on their makeup, it's quite relaxing for me to watch. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy it, and I'll be right back.
Would you make it coming once I see what record with a stolen mic? We'll be seeing my phone coming, you can see a tubing pie. We'll be buying a machine and we'll destroy the soul inside. My baby, I'm on a monkai. Shame on you, I pray my God go favor you. What will they do? Be deja vu. Omunya and Kefie Jadu. Shame on you, I pray my God go favor you. What will they do? Be deja vu. Omunya and Kefie Jadu. Nanya me kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nanya me be kebi mama, kebi mama. Nanya me kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama, kebi mama. Nanya me be kebi mama. Me me nyawo biampo boni. I don't do them anything. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Me me nyawo biampo boni. I don't do them anything. People say me another day. If you wish me well, I wish you well. Eba, I still dey fight for the paper. Love me now, no be later. No be later. Eba.
So I just had to come in to just comment here on the concealer that I use. This is the MAC Prolongwear concealer, and this thing dries up so fast. I mean, I was beating that face. This thing wouldn't even move. So just a caution, anytime you use this concealer, make sure that as you're putting it on, you have your brush, your sponge or your brush ready to blend it in. Yeah, because that thing was not moving at all. So then I set my face with my Beauty Bakerie. Set all over where I have my concealer, and make sure that I get into my smile lines. I always mention this in every video. It is very important because I hate it when concealer and foundation sets in smile lines. I think is the ugliest thing ever. Then I go in with my ColourPop concealer. I will put the shade in the description box. I can't remember what shade it is, but it's a dark deep shade. I think I'm beginning to love this concealer as a contour. I never used the concealer. I always used my Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. So I guess this is a good alternative. Then we're making sure that you're contouring under your chin too, to make sure that everything looks good. And then I reverse contour with my setting powder, just to make sure that my contour is a lot more defined. And I went in with my OG Anastasia contour palette to set my actually to contour my nose, and then I think I used it to set my cream contour. You want to set everywhere that you put that cream contour, you need to set it so that it doesn't move. Then I set my face with my Makeup Forever setting powder, and as I clean off the setting powder that I used before to set my concealer, I make sure that I clean it with a brush. I move the brush in circular motion to make sure that I'm blending everything and there are no harsh lines. And when you're using your setting powder as well, you want to make sure that you're moving your brush in circular motions, because we don't want to have any harsh lines. And then I went back in the Finders Keepers, and I used it as to line my waterline. I'm sorry. And I really love using my eyeshadow palettes. I think I've mentioned this before. I love using my eyeshadow palettes as my lower lid liner. I just think regular eyeliner, especially the gel liners, I think they're just messy. So I went in with Wanderlust again to smoke it out, to smoke out my under eye. Then I bronze with my CoverGirl Ebony Bronze. And then we put on blush. I will put the name in the description box. And this is how we're looking. So guys, this is daylight. There's no filter here and we're looking good. So this is the end of our tutorial. Hi guys, so I went off camera to fix my hair. I put on my lashes and I put this color and this dark bluish black color underneath my eyes. So that's just what I did. And then I put on my highlighter. I used the Booming from Colourpop and Makeup Shaler. So this is my final look. Okay, so let's go into the palette. For starters, I think $35 for Dose of Color. Prices are pretty higher than Colourpop, so for $35 and it has 6 colors, I think it's reasonable. This palette is really good. I like the pigmentation. Everything shows on my skin tone. I wasn't too sure about this light peach color, but this palette is a really good palette. I like how it blends on my lid. You will have no problems blending it in. This palette is pretty good, so would I advise you to get it? If you don't have any palette which has these colors, then definitely. But if you have an there we go. Okay, so if you have a palette which has these colors, you really don't need it. But these colors are very unique. This actual color, I do have a palette with that. So if you don't have any palette with these colors, then you should definitely go for it. So I give this palette a thumbs up and a Beauty by DC approved. So this is just my review on this palette. Thank you and see you in my next video.